right, so let's take a look on the forehead here and see what we can find. I like to stretch the skin to look for oil deposits that may not be obvious to the eye. And let's just see what we've got here. So I'm going to make a few little attempts to see if we can bring up some sebum here. Oh yeah, look at that right there. Very nice. And this is not easy to see. So we're looking for, again, deposits down here that can have an influence on the skin, just like that one. But you may not even see it. And for those of you who are newer in the profession, this is going to be something for you to learn, which is how to identify oil deposits, sebum deposits, that are not all that obvious. It gets kind of fun because, you know, you're sort of hunting for it. And so when you apply the extractor and nothing happens after a little time, just move on, because that probably means there actually isn't anything down there. Look at that. Oh. Lovely. Oh boy.
Oh my goodness.
Isn't that beautiful? Oh yeah. We can take a portrait of that. Okay. And you see, it is not evident when you just look at the skin. Here we have more right there. Is that it? Yeah, good. Let's keep looking. This is rich. And wherever we find this, we want to get it out because it can progress into inflammation. And then therefore we have a separate problem. I think we've done pretty well here. Yeah, okay. Nice. How does that feel, Sonia?
Good, comfortable, yeah.
Okay, great. Get a bit more right here. We'll just gather that up, and then we can move on from that area. Let's see what else is going on up here. This looks suspicious to me, and guess what? It was guilty. Hiding that sebum in there, isn't that nice? Good. And again, it's really hard for me to tell you just exactly how I'm finding this, but then experience will eventually guide you. It's just that after all the years I've been doing this, I can practically see through the skin. And so I know where to go with this. Yeah, good. So let's come over here, see what's going on this side. So you can see I'm using the bone on the forehead for back pressure on this, because we do need back pressure down in the lower area. And those of you who have been following me know this story really well. We have to create back pressure with our fingers in the soft tissue. Otherwise, the extractor will just sink down in there, and we're not going to get anything at all. So let's see what we've got here. So I'm just kind of stretching the skin, looking around, seeing if we can find any oil deposits here. She does have a little bit of scarring here, so that can sometimes masquerade as an oil deposit. And you just have to know the difference. But this one is. And let's look right here. So if you see, I'm pinching on the skin, forefinger, thumb, like you're bringing those two tips together, and right here I can remove all of this sebum that's stored. Now she tends to break out on the lip very easily, so we want to make sure we don't leave anything in there that can cause that problem when bacteria finally builds up to a point where inflammation begins. So I'm very careful about this area. If you could see when I stretch the skin here, see all those little oil deposits? Yeah, we don't want those in there. So I'm going to bring them up so they don't cause a problem later. Now here I'm actually pressing against the teeth. I get a little bit of back pressure. Is that comfortable for you, Sonia?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you can, and notice how I'm going along here, and I can just kind of bring this with me. If you clean off the extractor every time you remove something from a follicle, you can do that, but it's going to slow you down. And speed is what matters. You want to get as many of these impactions out of the skin per session as you can, And that's how you get ahead of the breakout cycle. It's that simple. And so I like to make sure that I can get a lot of this. So I'll just, kind of carry it along, and then eventually you can clean off your extractor. So let's get down here in the area around the mouth. Some people call this maturation rest. It's just oil deposits, and we're going to, again, use the back pressure with the finger, moving forward with the extractor, and just look at all this oil I can take right out of her skin very easily and comfortably for her. It's so satisfying too when you see yourself removing this much material from the skin that's going to be problematic, you know it, and that you can really help your client by taking this away. Okay, we'll just proceed here. And if you notice, when I put the extractor down, I don't move it. I hold that pressure tight, because if you move the extractor, if you attempt to move along with it or scoop with it, you'll lose the pressure, and you will not get a complete extraction, if any. Let's just keep going here. There's still more to do, so let's just come in here. Yep, I'm pushing back. So if you notice, I push down with the extractor, back with my forefinger in a pinching motion, just like that. Now, for those of you who have long nails, that's going to be a problem, because with that nail sticking out, you're not going to want to push that into the skin. So you're going to want to try to do this, and you will not get enough pressure to make the extractor work properly. So you can get a little bit with it, but never efficiently, okay? So you might have to sacrifice at least one nail to get the job done. And just moving around here, again, looking for more sebum. Well, I can find it just about everywhere here. Always check with your client to make sure they're comfortable. How are we doing down here, Sonia?
Good, perfect.
Okay, thank you. And let's come over here. I'm going to look down along the jawline and the neck. This is one of the best places for the extractor because it removes sebum and cellular debris in this hard to reach area. Now, I've been working with this client for years, and most of what was a big problem for her in the early sessions is gone now. Let me show you the ear here. We've got a little impaction here, which is starting to become inflamed. So I'm going to just come along here, press down, and we're going to remove that, just like that. Now it's completely clear, and this will start to reverse what was happening. The extractor works in any part of the face, and it pretty much replaces any other tool that you would use for extractions, with the exception of if you're dealing with a large lesion where you've got a lot of infection, then this would probably not be the right tool for that. There you would most likely want to use cotton swabs and gently remove the material that's down in there. This is going to be a little bit too fine a tip for that, and so I don't recommend you use it on those kinds of features. And again, we're just taking a lot of this out, and the skin will all lay down nice and flat when it's done. And this is really very satisfying to do as an esthetician. I can't think of anything I frankly like more. Okay, let's turn her over here now to this side, see what we've got going on. Let's see, I'm losing my lamp here. So again, I'm going to stretch the skin. Oh, but look at all that sebum in there. We have to take that away. So, can you see that? These white deposits here. I don't know if that's obvious to you. It's going to be in just a moment, though, as I bring that out. Yeah, very nice. We can just lift all this out of there. Isn't that nice? Yeah. Right here. Here. Look at all that sebum coming out of there. Just wonderful. Beautiful. Doing well?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you. Great. So same issue over here. We've got a lot of trapped oil in the skin. So I'm just going to come over here and work it. And you can see I can work very quickly with this tool. Phenomenal results that we get with it. And so quickly. Very nice. Yeah, great. I'll take a little look over here. Okay. And this area is pretty good. All right, let's look here. Yes, very good. And here. All right, I think we've had a pretty good session here. So if you can find your Preston Comedone extractor. Wonderful. Wasn't that exciting? Never gets tiring. You can find your Preston Comedone extractor on PrestonAcnePros.com, and also Extraction Ease Disincrustation Lotion and Enzyme Mask is there available as well, plus other programs that we have, including our extraction classes, hands-on classes, and online. So thanks for watching, and we'll look for you on